Okay, so good morning, everyone. We will start with our today's topic. Let me share my screen. Okay, so in our yesterday's topic, we have gone through the security concerns in traditional IT. That part already we have seen. Then some of the challenges for in cloud computing in terms of application security we have seen yesterday, that is the data breaches, misconfigurations, and inadequate data control, change control, then lack of cloud security architecture and strategy, then insufficient identity, credential, access and key management, account hijacking, insider threats, insecure interfaces and APIs, then weak control plane, metastructure and appli structure failures, limited cloud usage visibility, and abuse and nefarious use of the cloud services. So these are some of the challenges in cloud computing in terms of application security. So from the application point of view, whatever the challenges that are being faced in case of cloud computing, so those are listed over here. So today we are going to see the challenges in cloud computing in terms of server security. Okay, so from the application point of view, means users are interacting with the data from the cloud, and whatever the challenges that are there from the application point of view that we have seen yesterday. So now it is our task to secure your server. Okay, so for securing the server or the server information, the information or the data present on your server, how to secure that, and whatever the challenges that are there in this particular server security, that we are going to study in our today's lecture. So first of all is DDoS, denial of service attack. Okay, so what are they exactly? So that we are going to see now. So so as we see, our today's business want everything that is the secure data and definitely the application, so which will be accessible to anywhere from any device. So as we are seeing nowadays, people are using their laptops, their desktops, then mobile, then if possible the tablets. Okay, so your data should be accessible at anywhere, at by any of the device. So it is possible with the cloud technology only, but there is inherent cloud computing security challenges to making it a reality. So there are many challenges from that point of view. So what can enterprise business do to reap the benefits of cloud technology while ensuring a secure environment for sensitive information? So recognize those particular challenges is the first step for finding the solution to the work. So whatever the challenges are there, you find out all of them, all the challenges first, and then go for finding out the solution for that. So the next step is choosing the right tool and vendors to mitigate the security or the cloud security challenges. So if you have found the different challenges, then you have to find out the right tool to solve those particular problems. So in this particular technology driven world, so as we are seeing that the technology different new tools are in boom. So this is the technology driven world, we can say. So security is in the cloud is the issue that should be discussed from the board level all the way down to the new employees. So whoever new employees which are working, which are having their minds in a fresh mood, the people like you, okay, so they can discuss many of the new threats, many of the new challenges here, so that we can come to the better and better solution for that. So CD Network blog recently discussed one of the challenge, that is what is the cloud security, and explained some of the benefits out of it. So now we can understand that the cloud security is, let us take a look at some of the key challenges that may be faced and why you want to prevent the authorized access at all costs. Sorry, unauthorized access at all costs. So whatever data is there on your cloud that you want to save from unauthorized access. So what are the different challenges for that? The first one is the DDoS, that is denial of service and attack. So as more and more business and operations move to the cloud, cloud providers are becoming a bigger target for the malicious attacks. Distributed denial of service, that is nothing but the DDoS attacks, are more common than ever before. So VeriSign reported IT services, cloud platforms, that is PaaS, SaaS, SaaS was the most frequently targeted industry during the first quarter of 2015. So distributed denial of service attack is designed to overwhelm website servers so it can no longer respond to the legitimate user requests. So if a DDoS attack is successful, it renders a website useless for hours or even for days. So this can result in a loss of revenue, customer trust, and brand authority. So complementing cloud services with DDoS protection is no longer just good idea for enterprise, it is necessary. Websites and web-based applications are core components of 21st century business and require state-of-the-art cyber security. So suppose, for example, if our Google server is been hacked, will you trust on Google? Maybe in last decade, the Yahoo or Yahoo Mail was in boom. But nowadays you can see the picture at that time when we were in college, that is in the period of 2005-6, in at that time, Yahoo Mail, then Orkut, these particular websites were in boom. Each and everybody must have their account on Yahoo Mail, Rediff Mail also. But nowadays we can see everyone is having their Gmail account, isn't it? Why is that so? Because Google is providing very different kinds of services, we can say different services, then storing large storage space is been given to you, and of course the security is being provided. Okay, nowadays we can see the two-way authentication is also been provided. Two-way means your password is there, also one OTP protection is also been there. So that means more and more security norms are introduced by Google nowadays, and then after we are going for that, isn't it? So definitely providing good security is the challenge in front of a Google. So if anyhow the data on Google is been hacked, will you trust them? No, isn't it? So the service providers like Google are providing all the facility with the security, we can say, so that they can have their customers trust. So that is nothing but the most important challenge in front of them. Second challenge is the data breaches. So known data breaches in the US hit a record high of 738 in 2014 year. So according to the Identity Theft Research Center. So this is the information given by them, and hacking was by far the number one cause. That's an incredible statistics and only emphasizes on the growing challenge to secure the sensitive data. So whatever the data losses are there, data breaches are there, that you have to properly manage and minimize. So as the record has said that in US, the data hack the account hacking, hijacking, that may around 738 cases were found in the year of 2014. So traditionally, the IT professionals have had great control over the network infrastructure and physical hardware, that is nothing but the firewalls, etc., for securing the proprietary data. So in the cloud, in all the scenarios, including private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, all these situations, some of those security controls are relinked to a trusted partner, meaning cloud infrastructure can increase the security risks. So choosing the right vendor with a strong record of implementing the strong security measures is vital to overcoming this particular challenge. So you must have to provide the right vendor with strong record of implementing strong security measures. Okay, then coming to the next challenge, that is nothing but the data loss. So data loss is what? You may be losing your confidential data, isn't it? So what this particular challenge gives us, so what does it mean exactly? So whenever business critical information is moved into the cloud, businesses, as we are hearing that businesses are moved onto the cloud. So it is understandable to be concerned with the security. Whenever you are shifting your data from your machine, your servers to the cloud, definitely there may be chances of losing the data. So losing cloud data either through accidental deletion and human error, some malicious tampering, including the installation of malware, that is maybe DDoS, or an act of nature that brings down a cloud service provider, then could be a disastrous for an enterprise business. We cannot say that what kind of an attack will be there at the time of shifting your data, your business from shifting your business to the cloud. So these are some of the accidental chances for data losses, we can say. So often a DDoS attack is only a diversion for the greater threat, such as an attempt of stealing or deleting the data. So that means whoever the employees are there who are responsible for shifting this data, those should be absolutely trusted. Okay, there may be chances of stealing the data at this particular transferring, okay, or moving or shifting or deletion of data. Okay, so your employees, the persons who are dealing with that, those should be absolutely trusted ones. So to face this challenge, it is imperative to ensure there is a disastrous recovery process in place, as well as an integrated system to mitigate malicious cyber attacks. Okay, so we can say that one of the problem may be disaster. So means what type of disasters may come while shifting this data on the cloud. So power failure will be the just very what we can say, unconsiderable thing, but maybe sometimes your server get crashed. So will you be having the replicas of the server data? The disasters like floods, earthquakes are considerable, but they are not every time coming, isn't it? So that type of disasters and their recovery you should keep in mind, but priority should be given to the employees who are dealing with this particular data transfer. Okay, so in addition, protecting every network layer, including the application layer, which is at the number 7, isn't it? So it should be built into a cloud security solution. Okay, the next challenge is the insecure access control points. Access control points. Okay, so one of the great benefit of cloud is it can be accessed from anywhere and from any device that we have seen. But what if the interfaces, and particularly the application programming interfaces, that is nothing but your APIs, users interact with, are not secure? So hackers can find and gain the access to these types of vulnerabilities and exploit authentication via APIs if given enough time, isn't it? So a behavioral web application firewalls examines the HTTP request to a website to ensure it is legitimate traffic. So this always on device helps protect the web applications and APIs from the security breaches within the cloud environments and data centers that are not on premises, isn't it? So suppose, for example, the access points, access control points. So maybe in our department, in our college, where are there different access points are given? So first one is there at the entry of our department, isn't it? Then the second one is there at in front of the CC lab, and third one is there in CSE seminar hall. Okay, so suppose, for example, if any of the point is been hacked, okay, so you are transferring your so in our college premise it is very at very means on a very short distance. But if we case the if we consider about the case of like physical or suppose other kind of a building, so you are transferring something and you are shifting from one access point to the another one. So as we know, these access points are also having their own identities. So from shifting from one particular access point to the another, there may be chances of authorizations once again. So many times I have faced that on our floor, CSE floor, we are having access of one particular from one particular access point. But if we go downstairs on the office floor, the access point gets changed, isn't it? And it will ask for once again for the authentication. If you go towards the canteen, your network is totally getting lost. You have to use your own mobile data. If you come back to the previous means at again at our department, then sometimes it asks for once again authentication. So why is that so? Because you are switching from one to another access point or the data provider, service providers, isn't it? So at this particular juncture, if any kind of a data losses or some kind of a attacks caused, then at that time you must have, or you must be in a position to secure your data. So this is one of the challenge. And the last but not the least is the notification and alerts. So whenever you are going from one particular location to another, respective notifications or the alert messages should be given to your users. So awareness and proper communication of security threats is a we can say cornerstone of network security, and the same goes for cloud computing security too. Alerting the appropriate website or the application managers as soon as the threats is been identified should be a part of a thorough data security and access management plan. So speedy mitigation of a threat relies on a clear and prompt communication, so steps can be taken by the proper entities and impact of the threat minimized. Isn't it? So these are some of the challenges from the server security point of view. Then coming towards the next, that is the introduce the challenges in cloud computing in terms of network security. Okay, so network security, some of the challenges are highlighted over here. That is the security and privacy, interoperability, portability, computing performance, reliability and availability. So how you are going to give access, or how you are going to deal with all these kind of challenges, that is the major thing that we are going to study now. Okay. So here, cloud computing, which is the emergent technology which has placed many challenges in different aspects of data and information handling. So some of the challenges are given here in the diagram itself. So first is the security and privacy. So security and privacy of information is the biggest challenge to cloud computing. Security and privacy issues can be overcome by employing encryption, then security hardware, security applications, etc. So this particular challenge is just introduced over here. So whatever the security encryption techniques, whatever the different security hardware is there, security applications are there, and how you are going to use it, tackle with it, that needs to be properly studied. Then next is the interoperability. So it means the application on one particular platform should be able to incorporate the services from the other platforms as well. So it is made possible via the web services, but developing such web services is very complex. So your system should be in a position to give access from different devices to your data. So that will be a challenging task. Then next is the portability. So again, this is another challenge to cloud computing, that applications should easily be migrated from one cloud provider to the another. So there must not be any vendor lock-in. However, it is not yet made possible because each of the cloud provider uses different standards languages for their platforms. So suppose for example, I'm right now using the platform or I'm using the say cloud that is provided by Google. Okay, all my data is there on Google Cloud. Now I want to shift it to the another server. Say for example, again Microsoft Azure असेल किंवा or any other platform. So this is one of the challenge in networking, that is shifting your data from one cloud to the another. That is nothing but the portability here, and that is also one of the biggest challenge nowadays. Then next is the computing performance. So data intensive applications on the cloud require high network bandwidth, which results in high cost. So low bandwidth does not meet the desired computing performance of cloud applications. So the first requirement for the cloud or the using the data on the cloud is nothing but your good network connection, isn't it? So if you are giving or the internet provider service providers are not giving you proper bandwidth over here, then you will be facing the problems for uploading or downloading your data, accessing your data, isn't it? So if you don't want such kind of interrupts while using your internet, then you must be in a position to give high cost, isn't it? So definitely while using this particular cloud performance, the computing performance is itself should be the best. And next is the reliability and the availability. So it is necessary for the cloud systems to be reliable and robust, because most of the businesses are now becoming dependent on services provided by the third parties. Okay, so here the businesses are using the data on the cloud. So whatever the cloud provider or the service provider you are using, that all should be the trusted one, reliable one, and those all should be available at any moment of time, isn't it? So those should be reliable and robust and trusted ones, so that you can get full access, you can develop your business. So to get such kind of a service provider is again the bigger challenge in terms of a network network security, isn't it? So so these are some of the challenges. So do you want to add any other challenge in this? What are the different challenges again after that? If you want to add something over here, you can add it. So for 2 minutes, I will give the platform for you, and then we'll start with the next bit. Anything you want to add over here? What are the different challenges from the point of view of application security, server security, network security? So we come to the next bit, that is nothing but the security reference model. So before that, we will go through cloud reference model.
Cloud computing enables convenient on-demand network access to a shared pool of computing resources. It allows rapid development and release of your services with minimal management effort or any other service provider interaction. Cloud computing continues to evolve from a market disruptor to the expected approach for IT. It now impacts every aspect of modern businesses. It also serves as the foundation for other disruptive trends, including the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, AI, and the digital business. This figure appearing on your screen here illustrates the benefits of cloud computing. As you can see, cloud computing enables businesses to focus on their core strengths and delegate non-strategic IT functions to an external partner. This allows companies to improve scalability, agility, increase innovation, and reduce costs. With the increasing popularity of cloud computing, the definitions of various cloud computing architectures have broadened. The cloud landscape has many vendors and multiple definitions of offerings, making it very difficult to evaluate their services. With such diversity in their implementation, understanding how the cloud works and interacts with other technologies can be a little confusing. To achieve the potential of cloud computing, there's a need to have a standard cloud reference model for the software architects, software engineers, security experts, and businesses, since it provides a fundamental reference point for the development of cloud computing. The cloud reference model brings order to this cloud landscape. This figure appearing here also illustrates various cloud providers and their technologies within the available cloud service models in the market. Standards bodies define the cloud reference models, and then vendors map their services to these models. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, a U.S. government body, defines the standard protocol for cloud
So if you go through the security reference model, so you may find many of the sources for that, out of which one of the source is here. I'm sharing it. So this is the security reference model. If you go through different sources on the internet, you may find many of the sources related to that. So this is one of the model we can say. So as we know, security in cloud computing is the major concern. So data in the cloud should be stored in encrypted form. So to restrict clients from the direct accessing to the shared data, proxy and brokerage services should be employed in this. So how you are going to plan it? That means the security planning, how it should be concerned. So before deploying a particular resource to the cloud, one should need to analyze several attributes about the resources, such as selecting which particular resources he is going to move to the cloud and analyze the sensitivity to the risk. Then consider the cloud service models such as IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Okay, so these models require consumer to be responsible for security at different levels of the services. Then consider which cloud type, such as public, private, hybrid, or community, whatever it is. And then understand the cloud service provider's system, that how data is transferred, when it is stored, and how to move that data into and out of the cloud. So mainly the risk in the cloud deployment is depending upon the service models and cloud types. So which particular cloud type you are using and what type of a service you are using. So that are nothing but the concerns in case of a security. Okay, so understand this particular security of cloud. Security boundaries. So particular service model defines the boundary between the responsibilities of the service provider and the consumer. So Cloud Security Alliance, that is CSA, stack model, it will define the boundaries between each of the service model and shows how different functional units relate to each other. So this particular diagram shows the CSA stack model. So key points of this CSA model is this IaaS is the most basic level of the service, with PaaS and SaaS next to the above levels of services. Then moving upward, each of the service inherits the capabilities and security concerns of the model beneath. Then IaaS provides the infrastructure, PaaS provides the platform development environment, and SaaS provides the operating environment. Then again, IaaS has the least level of integrated functionalities and integrated security, while the SaaS has the most, which is shown in the diagram over here. So this model will describe the security boundaries at which cloud service providers' responsibility ends and the consumer's responsibilities begin. So any security mechanism below the security boundary must be built into the system, and above should be maintained by the consumer itself. So although each service models has security mechanism, but security needs also depend upon where these services are located, in private, public, hybrid, or community cloud, whichever it is. Okay. So we should understand So I think the details of this particular model, again, we will see in our next lecture. So that's all for now. We will stop over here. You can put your attendance in the chat. The next part of this we will see in the next lecture again. Okay. So thank you for now. Put your attendance and then you can leave. Have a lunch break. Again, in our assignment number 5, I have given 2-3 questions which are not yet covered in our syllabus. They are coming in coming 2-3 bits. Okay, so just wait for that, and after completion of that particular syllabus, then again you can go for it. Okay. Pranesh Sutar and Radhika Sapure, put your attendance and leave.